Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all would be doing well and have done the exercise of verbs that we did in our last class in a good way. So today we are going to solve the second exercise of verbs that is also linked with the further group of types of verbs to have a complete understanding about how to identify the verbs in the sentence. So in our today's class we are going to practice about these kind of verbs in the today's class. These are regular and irregular verbs, stative verbs, finite and nonfinite verbs, and phrasal verbs. Just recall the concept of these type of verbs so that you can exercise or you can solve the exercise of these verbs with me in a good way. In the very first part, you have to identify the regular verb or irregular verb in the following sentence. Just recall the concept that regular verbs are those verbs in which the main word does not change but we end it with ed in the second form or in the third form of the verb. For instance, if it is walk, then it would be walked and walked. We have just added an addition of ed in the verb to make it our second or third form. It has just rained. This is a sentence. Now identify that this is a verb that is rained, and this rained is a regular verb. He drew it very well. Drew is the second form of draw. So just analyze it that draw and drew and drawn, these are all three new words of the one main word. So this drew is an irregular verb because it is changing its entire word structure. They sometimes watch movie. This watch is a regular verb because when you convert it into second or third form, it would be watch, watched, or watched. I will pass the examination this time. This pass is a regular verb because pass, passed, or passed. Martha went to market yesterday. Went is a second form of go. Go, went, gone. So all these are the three new words that have changed the entire structure of the main word. So this went is an irregular verb. Next is stative verbs. You have to identify the stative verbs in the following sentences. Stative verbs are those verbs which identify or expresses the feelings, emotions, state or conditions of the subject. Scott likes Italian pizza. This likes is a stative verb. Jenny loves cats. This loves is a stative verb because it is defining or giving us an idea about the emotions of the someone. Can you smell the coffee brewing? This smell is again a stative verb which is telling us about the state of somebody. I think the teacher was satisfied with my speech. This satisfied is us giving us an idea of the state of somebody. Paul feels rotten today. This feel is a stative verb. She resembles her mother. Resembles is a stative verb. Can you please give a quick look to the stative or main verbs? Like stative verbs are those which express the emotions, feelings or state or conditions of someone, whereas main verb or action verbs are those which represent the action or doing of something, right? So this is the great difference between stative or main verbs. Next is here you have to identify finite and non-finite verbs in the following sentences. Finite verbs are those which give us an idea about the tense of a sentence, whereas non-finite verbs do not give us an idea or clue about the tense of the sentence but only represent the action of something, and these could begin with a to or maybe ing and with an ing. I had Alfredo pasta for lunch today. So this had is a finite verb because it is giving us an idea about the tense of a sentence. Tense means that in which time the task has been done. So it is the past. My parents have decided to move to New York by the end of this year. So my parents have decided, this is a finite because this is given us an idea about the tense of the sentence. And this to move is a non-finite verb because this is beginning with to and giving us an action of the task or the subject. Jessica was happy to be there at her best friend's wedding. Was happy is a finite verb, whereas to be is a non-finite verb. John figured out a way to combine both our choices and set up a themed party. So this to combine is a non-finite verb, and figured out is a phrasal verb, or maybe you could use it here as a finite verb. The children were playing cricket. So were playing is a finite verb. This is giving us an idea about the tense of or the task being performed by the subject. So these are the finite and non-finite verbs. Next is here phrasal verbs. Just recall the concept of phrasal verbs, that these are the verbs which are used together with an adverb or some other prepositions to give a complete meaning of a sentence. Let's throw away that old box, we don't need it. This throw away is a phrasal verb. Our plane took off 30 minutes late. Took off. Oh no, the building's lift has broken down again. Broken down. Sorry, I am late. My car ran out of petrol. So ran out of is a phrasal verb. Those bright yellow football boots really stand out. So you can recall that stand is a verb and out is a preposition which have been together used to make a phrasal verb in a new comprehensive way. So these were the types of verbs that we have studied in our today's class. If you have any question relevant to these types of verbs, you may ask in a comment box. Thank you so much. Take care.